Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. This will hopefully be a more highly produced version of the videos that I have been making, or should I say the videos I haven't been making, because it was supposed to be a video every day that I have only now made 2 videos and missed many, many days. I did get a new phone that has a nicer microphone that I want to record some video on while walking around town, but I always seem to forget, and instead I just play Pokemon Go, which really doesn't have anything to do with Avatar, but that is my sorry excuse for right now. Now on to the other things. Hopefully this will be a more highly produced version of the videos that I've been making. It should have editing and B-roll footage. Unfortunately, you will not see my face, but you will hear my voice, as you can already tell. This should be getting covered up by some B-roll footage of Destiny gameplay or Overwatch gameplay, we'll see. But yes, so what to talk about in the world of Avatar 2? Big things, something, well, not necessarily big things, no real news has come out, except for the Avatar sequels have wrapped production. I may have covered that before, but the titles have apparently leaked, which I know I covered. And been a few articles being written about Avatar, and they're strangely positive, which is kind of what I predicted. I don't think people hate it as much as Reddit and other blog sites would have you believe, as much as YouTube comments would have you believe. Um, but The Guardian, they made break out the blue paint will James Cameron's Avatar sequel tank. And Screen Rant made the Avatar sequels are a very good thing for Star Wars. Well, the first one sounds a little more negative. It does, in a sense, make the argument that many of us have been making in the fact that even though this is a highly ambitious project, that's kind of what James Cameron does. He wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't ambitious. He wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't dangerous or could go wrong. So, it's really just a matter of if the general populace can show up, and I think they can. But even though this is technically supposed to be about Avatar, I will also like to talk a little bit about Alita Battle Angel. It is a movie being produced by James Cameron, and James Cameron, of course, wanted to do this movie for a very long time, but he was swamped with the making of the Avatar sequels. So Robert Rodriguez is now directing with close eye from James Cameron. And since last time the trailer dropped, or maybe the trailer dropped before then, I just didn't talk about it. But I do think the trailer is actually, the trailers I think are getting better. I was more invested in what the story was this time around, and I do think the eyes and like the CGI face of the character, it does grow on you after you see it for enough time. After you keep looking at it and looking at it, it just grows natural to the human eye. It doesn't look so uncanny valley-ish. Or they could just be improving the CGI with each trailer. But I'm personally excited for that because I did enjoy Spy Kids 1, Spy Kids 2, and Spy Kids 3. Didn't see Spy Kids 4. Didn't see Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I saw shorts. I don't know if that was directed by Robert Rodriguez, but those movies were very weird, and I think even if this movie is bad, it will be interesting. It doesn't really look like it's gonna be cookie cutter, if that makes any sense. Like, this movie looks strange and bizarre and weird, and I think that even if it's bad, I want to see it. And I'm sure that goes for some people who watch this, if anybody watches it, indeed. But Avatar 2, let's get back to that. But also the Avatar game. Recently I saw an Avatar the game review, the game made in 2009, that was released right before the movie came out. And it actually looks a little bit better than I thought it would. There were some complaints about it in this review, of course, that it was sort of unfinished, if you will, like sort of rushed out of the gate, which many movie tie-in games were. But he said it was one of the more polished ones, and it had clear ambition in the design, and the graphics were still very good for a movie tie-in game, and the art design still held up. That's sort of what I want to take in when I talk about the Avatar game, the new Avatar one that's being developed by the developers of The Division. I believe that like in today's age, that the idea of a movie tie-in isn't treated the same way as you have to get this out in a really short amount of time, in time for the sequels. Uh, Today, with games like Star Wars Battlefront and basically Star Wars Battlefront, they've been getting bigger. They want to release them with huge AAA budgets, with cutting edge graphics, and I think a game like Avatar, being developed by the Division makers, it sort of would blend the ideas from the first game, where it would almost seems like it wants to be an MMO, and it would sort of fully realize that with sort of a two faction system. If they do that, which does sound very interesting, sounds very difficult to design, but I think it could be possible. One is the humans, one is the Na'vi, and just sort of that warring faction type style you get from World of Warcraft. Uh, but I really hope we see footage from the game soon. If not footage, a trailer. Because a trailer for any piece of Avatar medium would be the first we've really seen of anything having to do with Avatar um, since the theme park, which I do not believe it's not really the same thing. That one's sort of more physical. There was CGI done, of course, for trailers and stuff for the world of Pandora, but it wouldn't be in the same way that this would sort of mark the beginning of the Avatar 2 marketing cycle in a large way and get a lot of eyes on it. And especially if it looks good, which I hope it does. I do think this game should be good. Ubisoft has been ever since like 2010 or 2000, whenever they were having a big fiasco, 2013, where people were really starting to bash Ubisoft with games like Assassin's Creed Unity and other things like that. They've really turned it around. I know people who are big fans of Rainbow Six Siege, even though there's been like some controversy there, and but like For Honor, the new Assassin's Creed games, where people are saying they sort of revitalized that franchise and made it just like a really top-notch RPG open world game. And the Division, people say it didn't really launch very well, but it kept getting better and better as the game was going on. And I think looking at the Division 2, and if that is well received, it could be a good mark of where the Avatar 2 game could be going. But what else is there to really talk about? There's never too much news in the Avatar realm these days, which is a bit disappointing. I would like more news, but you know, to keep it under wraps. You wait until something is ready to actually show something. But I really hope we can get some either CGI images, first looks, a poster, a trailer, anything from either the game or the movie. Or just a talk from James Cameron. He talked a little bit at the beginning of the new Alita Battle Angel trailer. He was actually like, I'm on the set of Avatar, which was I think was pretty cool. But I don't really have anything else to talk about when it comes to Avatar right now. I kind of need to wait for more news. But in terms of other things that I'm up to, I am going to be running an Avatar. Not going to be running, I'm going to be on an Avatar podcast hosted by Interactive Artistry, a channel on YouTube that produces podcasts for varying degree of different types of fandoms. And that's one big thing that I am having coming up. I will be shooting it December 16th, and it should air December 18th for the 2-year mark before Avatar 2 comes out. so 2 years to the date, and also will be the 9-year anniversary of Avatar 1, which I think is a nice lineup because Avatar 2 will be coming out on the same day that the first Avatar released, which I think is just, it sort of brings it full circle. But those are the things I am up to. Uh, to keep more, to keep up more with me and other things Avatar, make sure to smash that like button and follow and retweet or whatever all the kids are doing these days. But I should be trying to make more videos soon after the semester ends in college and after I can figure out how to edit better in Adobe Premiere and how I can figure out how to better run some B-roll. I probably should have ran B-roll of the Avatar game, but I do not have it. I've been looking into getting a copy, but I'm such a cheapskate that I have not paid for it. I've been looking into Craigslist and trying to find some good deals on there, but I just never end up meeting with anybody because I am a lazy bum. But that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to keep it locked on Thuswind and also check me out on Interactive Artistry on December 18th for an Avatar podcast. I most likely will have to rewatch the movie before then and read up a little bit on the lore. But until then, keep it peaceful. And remember, James Cameron is the money man, king of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, goodbye.